Hey guys, I am live. It's been a while. I'm gonna do a video on how I've learned to contour. Yeah. Just get ready here. Grabbing some tools. I'm gonna use the Stick Foundation by Younique. I've washed my face, moisturized. I'm gonna use our hydrating serum, hydrating primer. And this helps fill in all of your wrinkles, any fine lines. Gives your foundation something to sit on. And I use it as eye primer too. I was gonna say, I swear I had a rag around here. Okay, so I use the color tool in the foundation. When you pick your foundation color, you want it to match your body. I've got a couple breakouts here, and my face usually has like a pinker tone to it. My body is more of like a yellow undertone. I've had this for 3 months now. It still has plenty of product in there. It's the Kubika Bush. And when you're rubbing this in, you want to circular motions. And I go over my lips too. This gives your lip product something to sit on top of as well. This foundation is full coverage. I use the Stick Foundation tool. You want to match it to your body and not necessarily your face shade. So when I contour, you can use a couple different things. I've got Stick Foundation that's just in a darker shade, which I find this easy to use. You can also use a pressed powder. This is the same shade as my Stick Foundation that I use. Or you can use bronzer, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to use the pressed powder just so you can see. Actually, I can do pressed powder on this side and Stick Foundation on that side so you can see the difference. And when I do this, I use an angled brush You just swirl, tap off the extra. And what you want to do for your cheeks, you can suck in, kind of see where that line starts, and you want to go to the top of your ear. So that's the kind of angle you want. And then you can do it on your forehead and down here. This gives your illusion that your forehead is smaller. So if you have like elongated forehead, you can do that. And then you want to take the extra and go on your jawline here. I've got a double chin, so that's what I like to do. And then you take whatever's extra and you can go down your nose and underneath your lip. So that's kind of the basic how you want to do it. And then you just take your foundation brush and you can kind of just blend out those crazy sharp lines. And if you ever feel like it's too dark, you can just add your normal foundation back into it and lighten it up a little bit. And then I'll show you guys how I do the stick foundation. So you kind of just do the same thing. You draw that line. And this product goes a long way, so you never need to use a lot of it. And then you just swirl it out. And then if you feel like you've added too much, you can just take your foundation color and just add it back in there. So you got the stick foundation. This is going to give you more of that dewy look if you use that. And then this side I use the powder. You can kind of see a difference, but I am going to make them so they're even, and then I'll keep going. If you guys ever have any questions, just shoot me a message, or you can also comment. I'm usually pretty quick to getting back to you guys. Or at least I try to be. And that's it. that's kind of how you got to her. I'll just finish up my makeup on here. I set with powder just because I'm an oily person. You can also use setting powder or the spray, which I usually do both as well. And then my eyebrows, dropping stuff. Crazy hair today. I use our Obsession palette in the color Brunette. And it's pretty forgiving. If you accidentally mess it up, you can usually just wipe it off. And I get a better looking foundation if I do my exfoliating mask, just because I have such dry skin and flakiness. If I do it like once or twice a week, I usually have a better looking foundation. My husband looked at me 2 days ago and he was like, "What's wrong with your face?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, it just doesn't look right. I looked in the mirror, I was like, I should have exfoliated. It was so nasty looking. So then when you do your eyebrows, I'll tell you a secret. Your eyebrow should start right here. So if you hold your brush up next to your nose, and then your arch should be about there if you go straight through your pupil. And if you go to the end of your eye is where your eyebrow should end. And you can see the difference, like if you just put on foundation, if you don't fill in your eyebrows, it kind of just, you can definitely tell the difference. I like it. And today is the last day for the Kudos, so go and check it out. You get a primer, a foundation, you can get any choice of foundation brush, and I think the primer is, you can choose between a primer and a setting powder. I think that's what it is. Curious what it will be tomorrow. I'll post about it when I hear. I'm gonna clean up the edges of this here in a minute. I'm just gonna take some concealer and clean up those edges. I always feel like I do great on one eyebrow, and then the other one I kind of just mess up all the time. There you go. They're not perfectly even, but whose eyebrows are perfect? All right, moving on. Add some blush. And when you apply blush, you go right on top of where that contour line is. There's some luminizer. This gives you a nice shimmer. I go down my nose. Right at the tip there of my lip. I use e.l.f.'s smudge brush. I got it for like $1 at Meijer. Just gonna use a dark brown, and I'm gonna take it underneath my eye here and smoke it out a little bit. Dropping stuff again. Take that same color and put it in my crease here. You kind of want to make a V. But I also don't like a harsh line either. Then I'll take the color Brassy. Just give it a little bit of a shimmer on the lid. And again, I don't use eye primer. I just use the primer, like the face primer. When I put it on, I just put it all over on top of my eyelids, and I haven't had a problem. It seems to stick. Just the color Upscale. If you're noticing your lipstick isn't laying nicely, you got a lot of dead skin that you need to get off, I recommend using Younique's Lip Exfoliator. It works really well. Tastes good too. And then I know I did this backwards, but I like the way this looks better. I'm going to use Pampas lip liner. And Pristine is a white eyeliner. I like to use it underneath my eyes. It just makes my eyes look bigger. So I just put that right on my waterline. And this is smudge proof, waterproof. So once you put it on, it does not move. Kind of. And finish it off with some Epic mascara. I don't know why, but I am liking this brush a lot better than the 4D lately. I don't know if it's just because I haven't been wearing mascara that my eyelashes just aren't having it. I feel like I'm able to separate more with this brush than I am with the other one. And this comes in waterproof option if you're interested. You guys make weird faces when you put on mascara. I feel like I'm always like, ugh. And you can build up your lashes as much as you want. Just, I love Younique for that. And that's my finished look today. Might add a little bit of setting powder just to make sure nothing's moving. For all my oily girls, I recommend it. And then just gonna set it with some setting spray.